I'm
Supreme
Shanti.
Peace. Chetna ji, I want to start today with a question that sounds very simple, but it's not. Are you ready?
Yes, please go ahead.
What is the history of the universe?
Yeah. So it's very simple. You mean the Big Bang and stars forming and galaxy drifting apart, right?
Mhm. That is the history science tells. But the
Yes.
teaching we are exploring today says that's not only a silver of it. The
Mm-hmm.
real history is not just the history of stars and galaxies. This is the history of the soul, the history of the human being, the history of the earth, and of creation itself.
So the same story, but told from inside out.
Yes, from the inside out, and not from a telescope, not from a textbook, but directly from the inner vision. That
Mm-hmm.
is what Bapuji Dashat Bhai Patel offers in the history of universe. This is what he says he has seen in deep meditation. Today, you and I are going to walk that whole arc together. From the
Wow.
very first spark of creation, all the way down to you and me sitting here right now.
Oh, that's like a big walk.
Yes, yes. It is the biggest one, and there is welcome everyone to Era of Supreme
Okay,
Peace.
please. Okay, so before we get to the soul and creation, you said science only sees like a sliver. Set set that up for me, please. And how big are we actually talking about?
Mhm. So, Bapuji says you have to hold the universe in three layers.
Mhm.
First is the visible universe, and the part of our telescopes can currently measure tens of billions of light years across. Impressive by any human standard.
Wow. So it's like that's already almost impossible to picture out in the mind.
Yes, now hold that thought. The second layer is what Bapuji calls the Behad universe. Behad means
I
beyond
see.
limits.
Hmm.
The
So the
full
mhm.
the full extent of this universe as it truly exists, and that spans something like 1200 billion light years.
So the visible universe is what a room inside a much bigger house. We can say that.
Yes, yes, less than that. And then the third layer, Chetnaji, is beyond even that, our multiple universes,
Oh.
countless other universes, each one as vast or vaster than our own, we can say.
And there is a line in the book about this that stopped me very cold. Like, let me find it. Bapuji says that visible universe that science can currently observe is not even a small dot. It's compared to the true totality of the creation.
So true. Not even a dot, that is the scale we are working with today. So when we
Mhm.
say history of the universe, keep that zoomed out lens in your mind.
Yes.
Everything we describe is happening on a canvas so large the numbers stop meaning anything. And that
Mhm.
is the kind of the point. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm humbled, and where does the story begins? Let's start.
Yes, yes, yeah. It begins with silence. Before
Mhm.
galaxies, before light, before time, there was the supreme creator, we can say the Paramashiv. And here is the first thing that surprises people, he was formless.
No shape at all.
No,
Like
no
it's
shape.
just formless.
Yes, yeah. But at his innermost core was the supreme light, a radiance of infinite power, and surrounding that light, like the glow around a great sun, was a vast luminous field of energy, the light within,
Oh.
the radiance around it. together. That was the being of the creator. Yeah.
So, not a person, not a throne, more like a living light.
Yes, living light. And Papuji Dashat Bhai Patel gives us a beautiful structure here. Three levels of cosmic ownership. A single solar system has one Shiv, we call in Hindi, as its master. A whole galaxy has one Mahashiv, and the
Yes.
entire universe has Param Mahashiv. Each level, a greater being. Yes.
Wow. So, it's like a hierarchy of caretakers scaling
Yes.
up with the size of that they hold. Based
Yes.
on their size, they hold.
Yes. Yes. Exactly. And then comes the moment everything turns on. Param Mahashiv, the creator or owner of the universe, in his formless state forms a pure thought intention. And the thought
Mhm.
is, I will create infinite, endless creation.
Wow. So, a thought. That
Mhm.
is the big bang of the story. A
Yes,
thought.
yes. A thought, and in the instant it arose, souls began to emerge from him.
Mhm.
First two, then more, spreading outwards in every direction until they had traced out a vast circular boundary, the first making out of space itself.
Right. And here is what I love about the book says that boundaries still exist.
Hmm.
The line he draw at the very beginning, a boundary of the supreme light, still encircles the entire universe body.
Mhm.
What was established at the beginning was never erased.
Yes. And that is the moment time is born to. History and geography, time and space arriving together, inseparable from the very
Mhm.
first thought. Yes.
Creation of soul,
Mhm.
maybe. So
Mhm.
souls are pouring out of this, out of his formless light. Is there a pattern to it, or is it just like a more and more like that?
No, there is a very precise pattern, and honestly, it is one of my favorite parts. It unfolds in sacred numbers. The
Oh,
first souls to emerge were 12.
12.
Mhm.
Nice.
Yeah, so from 12 they multiply, 2 become 4, 4 become 8, 8 to 16, and then it leaves to 108. Hmm.
So 108. So that number shows up everywhere in the tradition, right?
Yes,
The
everywhere.
the the mala
Yes,
what we have like.
yes, yes, yeah. So from 108, it grows to 16,000. And from
Okay.
16,000, it keeps climbing until in this first stage of creation, we can say 900,000. Souls have come into
Hmm.
being. 900,000, yes.
And this 900,000, who are they exactly?
Yeah, these are the original residents of the Supreme Abode. The Behad
Mhm.
Ka Param Dham, we can say the home beyond all limits, completely formless, made of pure divine light. So Bapuji calls them the most elevated class of souls, reflections of the Creator Himself.
And there is a phrase of their stable, like Sho, Shodash, once Shodash Kala Sampurna means perfectly complete in all 16
Ha,
Kala.
ha, ha. Sola Kala Sampuran, we can say. Yeah. Hmm.
Yes, 16 Kala Sampurna,
Yes,
yes.
yeah. Which is the perfect place to explain Kala because it is the spine of this whole teaching. Kala is the measure of
Hmm,
a soul's fullness, its
right.
purity, its radiant power. The glossary in the book puts it perfectly, just as watts measure electrical capacity, Kala measures the spiritual capacity of a being.
Okay, so
We can say
16 Kala
celestial
it
degree.
is.
Yeah, yeah,
Celestial degree power of that is
yes,
16 Kala.
yeah.
Okay.
So, full brightness, the maximum, the total purity, total power, total formlessness. So 16
Mm.
is the top of the scale. And hold on to that number because the entire history of the universe, the entire history of us is the story of falling from 16 color down to zero color.
Ah, interesting. So the drama isn't creation getting bigger, it's a creation getting dimmer.
Yes, that is the whole heartbreak of it. And the whole
Yeah.
hope too. But we will get there.
So these souls start out as a pure formless light,
Mhm.
and when do they start becoming things and shapes like what we see today's world?
Yeah, the physical. Gradually, almost imperceptibly, and Bapuji uses this gorgeous image, the seed and the sprout. The formless
Hmm.
soul is the seed, and inside the seed is everything, the whole tree. But you cannot see it yet. So,
So the form was always in there, right? It
yes,
just hadn't unfolded.
yes, yeah. That is the key line for me. The journey was not a creation of something new, it was the gradual revelation of what was already there. Nothing
Hmm.
new is added. The soul simply begins to show what it always contained. Yeah.
Wow. And this is tied to the kala, the celestial degree power we spoke about. So coming down, right? And 16 to
Mhm.
15, and from 15 to 14, something like this.
Yeah. Yes. And as this power, we can say that the celestial degrees of power descends, the supreme
Hmm.
space element starts to gather around the soul's light.
See.
First,
Hmm.
just a whisper of a form, then by 14 kala, a distinct shape, one that even resembles in outline the form of a human being.
But not a physical body.
Not at all. A body made of the supreme elements,
I see.
radiant, vast, incomparably refined. And that
So
first
then,
zone from six, yeah,
then it's not
that
a
first zone from
human body
six.
then. Yeah.
No, not yet. Not yet. Yeah. From 16 Kala down to 14 has a name. We can say the Mool Watan, the original home, the place where the souls first took shape, some kind of shape, but
Hmm.
not physical. Yeah.
So the
Subtle
original
shape.
home,
Yeah.
subtle shape.
Mhm.
So the original home, which is in a way what this whole podcast is named after, the journey back to it.
Yes. The journey home. Yes.
Journey
This is not
home.
an accident.
Yes,
So the whole creation is not an accident. There was a process
it
going
was
on. Yes.
created. Mm,
Mm.
yes,
So now the descent really, Chetaji, can you start?
yes.
I
So now the
just,
descent really begins, and it's not one big drop. It's like
mm-hmm,
a long, slow slide from the
mm-hmm,
perfection of the
mm-hmm,
16 color down through 9, 8, 7, 5, 2, 1, all the way to 0. And something
yes, yes.
appear along the way, new elements.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, right up in the highest room, everything is built of the supreme space element. But as the
Mm,
descent happen continuously towards the 9 kala, towards the below that, like two more supreme elements form. At the 9 kala,
mm,
two more elements form, which is the supreme air and supreme fire. Before that, it was only one
mm,
element. And at the 9
mm-hmm,
kala, something momentous happened. The soul have multiplied to the 33 crores. So at that level, soul multiplied at the 33 crore souls.
mm. At
So
nine,
30,
yeah, 9 kala.
yeah.
Yes.
So 33 crore 330 million, that means. And wait,
Mm,
isn't that the famous number from the scriptures we talk about? The 33 crore devtas, deities.
yeah, yeah. That's exactly where Bapuji places their origin at 9 kala.
Hmm.
These become the, we can say, the beyond limits divine beings. And
Yes.
this is also where the masculine and feminine principles emerge. So at that level of nine kala. So each Mahashiv, the creator of the galaxy, draws forth from within itself its supreme feminine counterpart.
Wow. So like we have talked about like Shiv and Shakti, right? We have heard about it, like
Yes,
Vishnu and Lakshmi.
yes, yes. The same principle. On the grand possible scale, 33 crore, we can say, Mahashivs,
Hmm.
and 33 crore the Mahashaktis, the masculine and feminine both. So 66 crore souls forming the first great divine population.
And then the elements start mixing, and this is the part where it start going to downfall, isn't it?
Literally downhill. From 8
Yeah.
kala onwards, gross elements start creeping in alongside the supreme ones. And
Hmm.
first is 90% supreme, 10% gross, then 80-20 ratio, then 70-30, and step by step, the gross grows and the supreme fades.
So it's
So that is the
gradually it
story of,
happened. Yeah.
yes,
So
yes, yeah.
so it gradually happened, fall down, and then slowly it happened till it until it become the zero.
Yes, until zero kala. Yeah. Where
Mhm.
the entire universe is made only of gross matter, physical matter. And here is the line that reframes everything. The visible universe science measures today, all of it is in zero kala universe. The furthest possible point of descent from that original 16 kala perfection. So from perfection to it just came down to physical form. Yes.
Wow.
In zero kala.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. So when astronomers point a telescope at the cosmos, they are
Mhm.
looking at the bottom of the fall, means at the bottom,
Bottom of,
zero level,
yes.
we can say.
Yes. Yeah. The bottom of the fall, a universe created in 16 celestial degree
Mm.
power that once spanned like lakh billions of light years. Now sitting at zero celestial degree with a diameter of around 2400 billion light years. So
Mhm.
100,000 billions of light years to 2400 billion light years.
I see. So under this universe, maybe then galaxies are there. So let's talk about galaxies. Like because this is where it gets wild, right? Who makes the galaxies? Like
Who
our
makes the galaxy?
galaxy.
Yes, the 133 crore, we said. 33
Hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mahashivs and Mahashaktis, and they do not make small things, they make big galaxies. And the first ones were colossal. Hundreds of
I see.
thousands of light years across, built entirely from
Hmm.
supreme element. Yeah.
And there was almost a friendly competition.
Genuinely, a spirit of creation and competition arose. Some, uh, yeah, we can say the owners of galaxies like made one galaxy, some made two, some made 10, 100, 1,000. So some made as many as 20,000, each with unique colors, unique structures, unique radiant atmospheres. So you can imagine. Yeah.
Hmm. So it sounds like a movie. So
Yes.
cosmic
Yes.
artists, each with their own style.
Yes. So that is such a good way to put it, Chetnaji. And over immense stretches of time, those original giant galaxies fragmented. One is splitting
Hmm.
into three, three into nine, nine into 27, until you get the trillions upon trillions of galaxies filling the universe now. That's
So
another
including
interesting
ours,
piece. Hmm.
including ours. Like, tell me about home, like our home, maybe like Milky Way. We are under
Yeah,
the
our
Milky Way.
galaxy. Yeah,
Yes.
the Milky Way spans about 100,000 light years. And Bapuji says it is itself just a fragment of something once far larger. At
Hmm.
its center lives the creator or the owner of the galaxy, the master of our galaxy in the center.
And this is where the reinterprets the something science is very confident about, like the black hole at the galactic center.
Yes, right. So science sees a supermassive black hole, a point of
Hmm.
overwhelming gravity, apparent darkness. And Papuji says what looks like immense darkness from the outside is on the inner plane the exact opposite. An
Okay.
intensely concentrated field of radiant divine energy, the energy of the owner of the galaxy himself, a vortex of supreme light.
So the darkest object in the sky is from the inside the brightest.
Yes, that inversion runs all through these teachings, And one more image I love, our whole galaxy is moving about two
Hmm.
and a half million kilometers per hour, orbiting the center of the Param Mahashiv, who is the owner of the universe, the way planets orbit a sun. So every
Mhm.
galaxy, all of them drawn around that one central point. So all galaxies are orbiting around the owner of the universe, we can say.
Uni- Honor of the
Yeah,
galaxy? Oh, honor of the universe. Yes, I got it now.
universe. Yeah. Mm.
So, how about like angels and then human? Like, so
Hmm.
we have got the galaxies. Where do beings like us enter in the picture? Like how the humans come into the picture?
Uh, Through a chain of descent inside a single solar system, there are three great realms. The
Mhm.
Shivpuri at the top, the owner, we can say, of the solar system, one solar system, and the realm of the
Yes.
pure light. Below
Hmm.
it, the Vishnupuri, and below it, the Brahmapuri, the realm of Brahma, who is responsible for the creation. And it's Brahma with his female partner, we can say, the Saraswati, who creates the Farishtas, angels.
Yeah, Lord, Goddess Saraswati and Brahma, Lord
Mhm,
Brahma.
mhm,
So,
mhm.
Brahma, Lord Brahma, doesn't make them like one at a time.
Not even close. Through a single thought, Brahma could bring crores, millions of farishtas or angels into existence at once. And each one, the book says, carried the radiance of thousands of suns. So you
Oh,
can
wow.
imagine how powerful and how pure they were at the
So,
beginning. Yes.
thousands of suns per being.
Yes, per being. That is what we were i- in this telling, but the descent keeps going. The
Oh my God.
angels gradually lose power, the supreme elements mix with gross or physical ones, and they become then deities, divine beings of space, air, and fire. Water and earth have not entered yet.
Oh, still we are at that position. And why do they keep losing
Subtle.
power? What is the actual mechanism? Like why it happened?
It's almost poignant how simple it is. Every time a soul creates other souls, energy flows out of the creator. The more
Hmm.
you create, the more you spend. Over vast time scales, the creators simply depleted themselves. Like
Hmm.
16 celestial degree fullness is spent down stage by stage to zero.
Hmm. So they gave themselves away into their own creation. It's like that.
Yes, yes, they gave themselves away. And eventually, when water and earth elements finally enter the being, Deities became human at that point. The first humans in Hindu scriptures are called Manu and Saturba. Yeah. Adam and
And
Eve,
Bab,
we can say.
yeah, Adam and Eve in other scriptures in Christianity they
Yes,
mention.
yes, yes,
So, and
yes.
Bapuji notes this echoes across the world, doesn't he? Like nearly every ancient tradition remembers the first human couple, as you said, Adam and Eve,
Yes,
and every
yes,
scriptures in every religion have
yes,
this, remark that there was a
yes.
first creation.
Yeah, yeah. So each honoring the same moment in its own
Hmm.
sacred way. And here's the
Right.
single most important shift in the entire human history, human story, we can say. Because before that descent, the first humans lived in soul conscious state, free of any awareness of the physical body. Then the denser elements arrived, and for the first time, body consciousness started
Hmm.
in
And the
five
book
elements.
in five
Mm.
element. So the book also says that one shift, soul consciousness to body consciousness, and began the entire story of human suffering.
Yes, one shift from I am a soul to I am a body. Everything that hurts flows from that single turn.
Hmm. That's a lot to
Hmm.
sit with, to know
Yeah, sit with it.
details.
That is the whole practice, really. Yes. Hmm.
Wow. So, Sun, Earth, and like rings of the Saturn, like, let me ask you a obvious one. Like, if these beings were each glowing like a thousands of suns, why does the universe need an actual sun? What is the need of sun
Yeah.
if they are glowing,
It's
right?
so beautiful question, Chetna ji, and Bapuji's answer is so elegant. For as long as the angels and early deities existed, it did not.
Mm-hmm.
Their own souls lit up their whole world. It was like self luminous.
So the sun is like a backup light, we can say.
Yes, in a way, we can say that
Yeah.
as the deities descended and their inner radiance dimmed, darkness started creeping in, and only then, when the light of the soul was no longer enough to illuminate the world, was the physical sun was created. And the name of the deity is Surya Narayan, who ignites it. Hydrogen fuses to helium, and it sustains itself.
Okay, so the line in the book nails it. The sun was a response to dissent, not cause of it.
Yeah. And each planet gets its own created deity. Like we can say in
Hmm.
scriptures, Budh creates Mercury, Shukracharya creates Venus, Shani Dev creates Saturn. So each deity was responsible for creation of its own planet. So each through the power of a thought, like Brahma, Lord Brahma directs the creation of the earth.
Okay, so but you have tell them like a certain thing, the rings.
The Saturn, yes, the rings. The
Mm-hmm.
one always gets a reaction. The scriptures describe realms below the human one. Seven
Mm-hmm.
Patal Lok, and below those 55 crore Narak, like hell kind of realms. So Bapuji says what science sees as the rings of the Saturn, all those countless icy fragments orbiting the planet, are the remains of those lower realms, shattered, pulled into orbit, and collected around the Saturn. So
So
interesting.
Saturn's ring, yeah. So Saturn's ring are like a cosmic runes, like.
Yes, cosmic runes, yes. Orbiting in plain sight. And just to ground the
Hmm.
scale of one solar system, its full gravitational diameter is about 1 light year across. That whole thing is a single cosmic unit with one Shiv as its master. Wow.
Okay, so interesting. So now, like we have been saying vast spans of time over and over, can we actually put some numbers around it on it?
We can, and this is where it gets genuinely mind bending because in this teaching, time is not uniform. It runs differently at every level of creation.
Mhm. So, which is like funny enough, is something modern physics also says, like the same thing. Time and
Mhm.
speed and gravity all tangled together.
Right. And there is a real rhyme there. So on Earth, time moves in yugas, four
Yes,
of them. Kali
right.
Yuga, the Iron Age, lasts 432,000 years.
Yes, yes.
After that, the Copper Age, Dwapar Yuga, is double of that. And then the Silver Age, which is called Treta Yuga, that is triple of that. And the Satyuga, the Golden Age, is four times over 1.7 million years. All four together is called a Chaturyug. So it's 4 lakh 320,000 years, we can say.
And that's like just one cycle we are talking about.
Just one cycle, yes, just one. So 71 of those cycles make one Manvantar, we call. The
Hmm.
reign of one man. 14 Manvantars make one Kalp, which is a single day of Brahma. And one day of Brahma is, we can say, 4.32 billion years on Earth. It's
Wow.
like,
A day. That's his day.
yes,
We are talking about Lord Brahma, who sits in
yes,
Brahmapuri.
yes,
His one day is
yeah.
equals to 4.32, as you said. Wow. That's
Billion
his day.
years on Earth. On Earth, yes, yeah.
Hmm.
And his lifespan is 100 years of his own, which works out to the lifespan of one solar system, being roughly 311 trillion earth years, the age of the
Wow.
solar system.
So it's like I don't even have
311
three.
311 trillion earth years, yeah,
Yeah, we
the
can't
life of
even
a solar
like
system.
feel it. Yeah.
Yeah, nobody does. So Bapuji gives us a handle for it, a line to feel it instead of count it. He says, if you
Hmm.
stayed for just 1 second in Lord Brahma's realm, 100,000 years would pass on earth. So time is so slow there.
Wow. So 1 second is equals to 100,000 years on Earth.
Yes.
Wow. So we should
And
go
it
there.
keeps scaling. Yeah, one day in heaven equals a year on earth. So,
Hmm.
one moment for the owner of the galaxy, Mahashiv, contains 100 years of Brahma. So, one moment for the owner of the universe contains 100 years of galaxy's owner. So, the higher the consciousness, the slower, the vaster time becomes.
Yes.
That is the whole
So,
point. Yes.
yeah. So enlightenment isn't just a piece. It's a more time, more room inside a moment. Inside a
Moment.
moment, it's a
Yes.
more peace, more
Yeah.
room.
Yeah, I have never thought of it that way, but
That
yeah,
way.
that is the kind of the whole price. Yeah.
Wow.
Mhm.
So now interesting part is everything that's created gets absorbed back eventually. Like we have a life and death, right? So that's the pralaya and
Right.
dissolution we have read in scriptures. And I want to be careful here because it sounds a little scary.
Yeah. It sounds scary, but it's not. That is the reframe. Bapuji is
Hmm.
clear. Pralay is not distraction in the negative sense. It is the natural completion of a cycle. Like a breath,
Hmm.
you inhale, you have to exhale. Same thing. Creation
Hmm.
breathes out and then it breathes back in.
Right. And there are levels to it also.
Yes, 5 levels. The smallest is the daily dissolution, which is just a single being dying and being reborn. Every death
Hmm.
is a tiny dissolution, we can say.
Okay. So we are all experiencing pralay constantly, that means.
Yes, constantly. And then a partial cleansing at the end of each,
Yuga.
we can say when the whole cycles,
Hmm.
uh, uh, golden age, silver age, and copper and iron age, the
Iron
whole
Age.
cycle is finished. Yeah. Then there is a cleansing where higher souls survive and seed the next cycle. Then the standard dissolution after, we can say, the 71 times when this partial dissolution is happened after that, the we can say the Parley, right? And
Yes.
the Kalparle is the end of the Brahma's day when the three lowest worlds are burnt away, and finally the total dissolution of the entire solar system when Lord Brahma's 100 years are done and the presiding Shiv's energy is fully spent. Yeah.
Hmm. And
So
this
if you read it
connects.
in the book, then it makes more sense. Yeah.
Makes sense, yes. Yeah, because book is covering the big picture, like multiverse, universe,
Yeah.
galaxies,
Yes.
Earth.
Yes. Yes.
So, and this
Yeah.
connects back to the black holes, right? Does
Mm.
the vortex, right?
Yes, it all comes back around when a galaxy's
Mm-hmm.
owner, we can say, exhausts his creative energy. Its center becomes a supreme point of dissolution. All the solar systems get drawn inwards, and this is called the Mahakal.
I see. And what science calls it? Black hole.
Yeah, the black hole, from this vision, the outer appearance of that process going on. We can say the Mahakali state. And once
Hmm.
again, on the inner plane, it's not darkness, it's not void, uh, it's not absence of anything. It is an intensely concentrated field of radiant divine energy.
I
A
see.
supreme vortex of radiance, visible
Hmm.
only to the inner eyes. You cannot see it physically.
Wow.
Yes.
So there is the inversion again, and the place
Mhm.
that look like an ending is actually the most alive point in the sky. That means.
Yes, yes. And here is the tender part. After a
Wow.
dissolution, the owner of the galaxy returns to the center of the universe to receive fresh energy from the owner of the universe. And he goes back to his galaxy and begins creation again. So this is the
Okay.
cycle, goes
Cycle.
on. Yes.
So
Mhm.
it never actually ends. It just resets, starts over.
Yes. It just breathes, we can say.
Oh yeah, that sounds interesting. It's just breathe like we do, huh?
Yes. Yes.
So, so Monaji, here is the question that's the being sitting under the whole conversation. If we, you, me, everyone listening, if we were once these luminous 16 color beings, glowing like a thousands of suns, why don't we remember any of it?
Yeah. This might be the most quietly devastating part of the whole book
Hmm.
because the teaching is very clear. The soul is not a blank slate. Every soul
Right.
carries the complete record of its entire journey, all of it, back to the
Hmm.
first moment of its creation. In its pure state, the soul is the completely knowing, Purnagyani. In one instant, it can access billions of light years of awareness from within. Yeah.
Wow. So the memory isn't gone, it's just covered up.
Yes. It's not gone, it's just covered layer by layer as the soul descended from formlessness into form, each element wrapped around it like a cover. First, the supreme elements, then the gross ones. We can say space, air, fire, then
Hmm.
water, and then earth. So every layer dimmed the soul's access to its own knowing.
Hmm.
Hmm.
And then on top of that,
Yeah, the
everyone's
karmas,
special.
the lifetime after lifetime, actions,
Hmm.
reactions, impressions, habits, all recorded in the causal body, piling on
Hmm.
top of the elemental covers until the original memory was buried very, very deep. That is the
Yes.
answer. That is why the soul forgot.
And there is
Hmm.
this like haunting idea about that who is walking around forgotten. Tell them.
This is the one that gives me chills every time because Bapuji says many of the supremely great souls, beings,
Hmm.
who were once masters of 400 billion universes, are living on earth right now as
Wow.
ordinary human beings. Yes.
Hmm. And how does someone who governed universes end up here?
Yeah. Out of curiosity, they came down to
Hmm.
this earth to visit, to explore, and they just got trapped in the density of it. First one came, then another came looking for the first. Then others came looking for those. So one by one, lords of galaxies, masters of universes, tangled in the mortal realm and forgot entirely who they were.
Right. So the person next to you on the train, maybe.
The person next to you on the train might be one of them. You might be
Yes.
one of them. And Bapuji says it is precisely to find these souls, to wake them up and guide
Hmm.
them to go
Home.
back home, that the Almighty Authority itself has descended. That is the mission behind the whole teaching. Yeah.
So wonderful. Like that's the mission behind this podcast as well.
Yes, yes, yeah. So that is the mission behind everything. Yes. All Bapuji's teachings to remind them who you are, where do you belong to. Yeah. You have the memory, but you are entangled, you are trapped in those layers. Hmm.
Certainly, yeah, you're so true. So these brings
Mhm.
us right up to now. Today, what is our address in this cosmic story?
Chetnaji, we are living in the zero celestial degree universe. The 16
Hmm.
Kala of perfection has fully run its course. The supreme elements have become gross. The souls that shone like thousands of suns now sit in dense physical bodies. And the human soul specifically has reached what Bapuji calls the state of maximum density, tamopradhanta, the dimmest light,
Hmm.
most obscured memory, the lowest power. So we are sitting there. Mhm.
The bottom of the cycle, we can say.
Yes, the very bottom. And
Hmm.
Bapuji points to something you can actually check population. As recently as in 1750, there were around 50 crore people on Earth. And by
Yes.
1936, 850 crore. And today, over 800 crore. So, how this
Oh,
population is increasing. Yes.
right. So, and that explosion isn't just the coincidence in this telling what you have shared.
It is the signature of the descent, souls from every level of creation, higher
Hmm.
realms, lower realms, all crowding into the human form at the end of this great cycle. The line in the book is the concentrated descent of souls from all levels of creation into the human form at the end of the great cycle. So that's why this population is growing.
And that's the heavy part. Now give me
Mhm.
the hope. Because I
Hmm.
refuse to end the maximum density, lowest power.
Yeah, and you should not, Chetnaji, because Bapuji doesn't want it either. Here is the term. Zero
Hmm.
Kala is not the end of the story. This is the turning point because not
Hmm.
everything was lost. At the center of the universe, the creator or the owner of the universe, Param Mahashiv, remains. That original boundary of the light is still encircles everything. Around the galactic
Hmm.
centers, the supreme elements are still intact. The power is diminished, but it's present. So creation is still being sustained.
Hmm. That's that interesting. So the pilot light, I should say, the pilot light never
Mhm.
went out.
Yes, the pilot light never went out, and now the supreme power is working to reverse the flow, to turn
Mhm.
the descent back into an ascent. The
Hmm.
knowledge being given through Bapuji is part of that reversal. The mortal
Hmm.
world becoming in time an immortal one. So,
Wow. And this is the whole vast thing has name, the reason to know any of it.
yes, the Behad Gyan, we can say the beyond limits knowledge, the knowledge of
Hmm.
who we are, where we came from, and what we are here to do.
Wow. So, Monaji, we started with a question that what is the history of the universe? I feel like have a completely different answer now than I did 20 minutes ago.
Hmm. Tell me your answer, Chetnaji.
So the history of universe isn't out there, it is here. It's the story of a light and gave itself away to make a whole cosmos, descended layer by layer until it forgot it was ever light at all, and is now slowly being called back to home.
Yes, and every single person listening is a chapter of that story,
Wow.
not a spectator of it, a chapter of
Yes.
it.
So interesting. So here what I would leave everyone with that the same instruction the book gives. Read this slowly, let each idea settle. The knowledge is very vast, and mind that receives it has to be still. Bapuji says
Mm.
those who can truly hear this are rare. They're very rare people, but he aids that which I love this that that's not an obstacle, it's an invitation.
Yeah, an invitation. If you felt something stir while we were talking, that quiet
Mhm.
recognition that, wait, I think I already knew this, that might not be curiosity. That might be a memory coming back.
Hmm. So rightly said.
Mhm.
So that might
Mhm.
be remembering who you are.
Yeah. So take that with you this week. Sit with one line, I am a soul before I am a body. That is the whole journey in a sentence.
Wow. And this has been the
Mm.
journey home.
Mm. Journey home. Yes. Yeah. So, Chetnaji,
Yes.
we can say
So
that
until the
till next time.
yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
Stay with
So
that
share this
knowledge and
knowledge.
explore. Yeah. Sharing knowledge is the highest charity we can
Yes.
say, as Bapuji says, Gyan Dan Mahadan. So stay in that state of mind and try to bring those memories back. Who do you belong to? Who you are? Where you came from? And
And
if anything resonate, definitely just listen to Bapuji's thousands of videos on Bapuji's channel. And if you can, read this book, as we mentioned, slowly and try to digest whatever you can. So, thank you so much for being with us today and see you next time. Have a wonderful day.
have a
Would you like
wonderful
to add
day.
anything? Okay. Okay.
Uh, I was just about to say that if anything you like it, so you please do share. Maybe you ignite somebody who is looking for this information and it's not reaching out to them.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
So true. Okay. Have a wonderful day
Uh,
again. Supreme peace. Param Shanti.
Supreme peace. Param Shanti. Thank you, Param Shanti.